this, bitch. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. I am gonna go get that bag, and I am not gonna take your shit. I am protected, well respected, I'm a queen, I'm a dream. I do what I wanna do, and I'm who I wanna be, cause I am
on the track.
Now look at this.
Let's use this audio to show off your Book of Shadows.
First, show the cover. Show the first page you did, the last page you did, the page that took you the longest to do, your prettiest page, and your favorite page.
A little tip from the creative Wiccan. Use your grimoire as a guide. Write everything down you learn that intrigues you. Over time, you may begin to see some patterns arise. Are you writing a lot about shadow work? Or maybe a lot of recipes? Let this book speak to you. Reflect on what you've written and build upon it. Don't worry about finding your path or a witch-type label. Your practice is unique and will always find you naturally. Just as a forest grows, so do you. As you evolve, so will your practice. Trust the process.
My heart is pierced by Cupid, I just stain all glittering gold. There is nothing can console me but my jolly sailor bold. Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. All I need is to be struck by your electric love. Baby, your electric love. Electric love.
Let's use this audio to show off your Book of Shadows.
First, show the cover. Show the first page you did, the last page you did, the page that took you the longest to do, your prettiest page, and your favorite page.
"24 things to include in your Book of Shadows. First and foremost, protection spells. They should be at the front with your index. Moon phases, and the different moons of the months. The wheel of the year, you will refer back to this often, as well as the days of the week and the time of day and their significance. The 13 Espits, pick a witch name for yourself. Do the year and a day dedication. Chakras and their meanings, include the 6 psychic senses, the 8 tools of the witch, these being the most used. You should end up with a lot of information for each. Definitely include the elements, candle colors, empath research. Try to include a profile for each of the zodiac signs. Study moon glyphs, they are wonderful and powerful in moon magic. Some beginner crystals and crystal shapes. Some common symbols used in spellwork. Aura color, how to make a witch's ladder. Thaban, which is a language you can use just between witches. And Elder Futhark runes.
What's in my Book of Shadows?
So it's funny, I see a lot of baby witches on here oftentimes inquiring about what a book of shadows is and what it's used for, things like that. So I thought a cool video to do would be to explain what I put in my book of shadows to give you an idea of what you can use your personal book of shadows for. Also, like my tarot cards, I oftentimes hear music when I pick out which book I'm going to buy as my own personal book of shadows. So if you guys would like and comment and let me know if you want to hear what song I heard when I picked my book of shadows, and I'll make a video about it. Personally, what I put in my book of shadows is spell references, especially if they're more DIY spells where they didn't come from a book, but something in me told me that I should do this spell. I like to write it down for reference so I have it for later. I put power thoughts into it, positive affirmations to help me get through my days. So if I want to manifest something, I usually write it in my book. I also use it just to reference things in general. What candle colors represent, moon phases, etc. Meditations I like to use. Essentially a witchy journal.
Guys, I want to show you something. I have gotten a lot of comments on my video showing off this book of people saying, oh my god, I'd be so afraid to write in it because it's so pretty. And yes, I know, because literally same. I was like that with my first grimoire, I was like that with my second and my third. I just got this book the other day and I would like to show you how much I've messed up already. The first one you've seen before. I wanted to put an ankh in the front, so I drew it in pencil, up and down, hated it, and then did it this way. And now the pencil is there and I can't really erase it because when you erase on fabric paper, it just kind of rips it up. And then let's not even talk about this freaking monstrosity. And then this is the page that I did last night. And I'm not entirely happy with it, but I don't hate it either. This I hate. Look at this. All crooked. Some of them didn't even fit on one line. And that's okay. Part 2.
In the crystalline knowledge of you, drove me through the mountain, through the crystal like a clear water fountain, and drove me like a magnet to the sea.
To all the members of Cosmic Magic, we wish you a very festive season and blessings for the new year from Eric's mom, blessed, born and blessed in a special family.
Oh yeah, baby! I've gotten a few comments about the leather-bound book. This is my Book of Shadows and Grimoire. I began just by general note-taking, but this is how hard I go, okay? When I do my research, I am making lists. I do deep dives into the etymology, culture, and anthropological history. She's for real a bookworm academic witch. And I am an artist in real life, so that's kind of why this is so fancy, just because I'm really inclined to do that sort of thing. And this took a lot of time. There is private stuff that I cannot show you guys, but I do have a lot of notes about Latin American cryptids, monsters, ghosts, limpiezas, all sorts of stuff that my platforms are all about.
Just give me some time, I'll be ready. Do my makeup, bathe in my perfume. Quick shower won't take too long. I'll be done, just sing this song. So wrap me in plastic and make me shine. We can make a dollhouse.
Wait, you thought this was gonna be a slow-mo? Never judge a book by its cover. Psych!
This is one way to use alchemical symbols in your magic. Take the Philosopher's Stone. In alchemy, it was a legendary elixir that would cure any ailment and grant immortality. It could also turn common base metals into gold. It symbolizes enlightenment, heavenly bliss, and perfectly coming together. I took the symbol of the Philosopher's Stone and made this seal. How will you use alchemical symbols in your craft?
Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle. I can't let you go now that I got it. All I need is to be struck by your electric light. And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. And I was dancing in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong.
This little book here is a grimoire called the Triangular Book of Saint Germain. This is a custom clamshell case I had made for it. It was handmade and bound in full leather by Nate McCall of the McCall Company. The book itself was bound by Joel Radcliffe of Ars Obscura, and it was published by Ouroboros Press in 2015. It contains both the English and the French translations. It tells you how to make the magic circle, how to make a talisman. It tells you what these things can do and how to use them. And then it's got the ritual for performing the magic laid out. It has a lot of Hebrew god names. And then the last half is the same thing, just in French. I also still have the original slipcase it came in that matches the end papers. And now it can sit straight on the shelf with my other books.